Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. As we take a deeper look at Luke Kuechly, first and foremost, he's the brain of operation for this defense. There's absolutely nothing that you can try to trick on him. He is the guy that's going to formulate the defense, put everybody in the right situation. And you're not fooling him. That's what he does. Heat, sickle, and missile. He will fly out to the ball. And there's no foolery when it comes to his play. He's the heartbeat of this actual Carolina Panthers defense. He is everything for them, and you better study and actually know what you're doing out there when he's out there on the field. Watch how he cancels this play out, still able to fly out through that and still go through the trash and get that tackle. That is what Luke Kuechly does. He's that type of guy. It's the brain of operations. And even on this play, Romo had a clean pocket, and he was still able to, okay, you point me out as Mike, as he direct all of his contemporaries out there to spot out the ball. And he actually knew exactly where that ball was going to be. It's film study for him. I think that he probably lived into the film room because he knew exactly where this play was going to be. Watch. Romo's going to call him out as the Mike. He's immediately going to change the play and let everybody know, hey, this is what we need to do. Bail out. We're going to have to play the underneath as far as linebackers. Hey, everybody else play over top, and I'm going to pick this thing off, and I'm going to walk it in and march it right on into the touchdown. That is exactly what he did off of this play. Romo had a clean pocket. It seems like Romo telegraphed this ball right to Luke, and he was able to give him the stiff form to put the money on the board. On this play too as well, bell technique, playing the underneath, he was able to get that. Now, when you're looking back at this particular technique, you are allowed. Now, the officials really would not call this because they call it like incidental contact. So you are allowed to get your hip side to side to the tight end, push your weight, and when the tight end turns his head towards the ball, you will too. Under this technique too as well, when you're playing the bell, or most people call it a trail technique basically, you know for sure you can be a little aggressive at this point. You know you have the over-the-top help, and everything underneath belongs to you, and it's right for the picking on this play. Now, one can argue the pocket is clean. You have this guy right here running the seam. You can try to attempt that ball somewhere around in this proximity, and maybe you can run it on in for the touchdown. But when you have this type of defense and this type of temperament out there, the linebackers playing very well out in coverage, you have this turnover right here, and Luke Kuechly will make you pay. He's one of those guys, student of the game. It's hard for you to fool and to trick this guy into something that he don't want to cover. And let's look how he direct everyone out there in space, trailing Jason Witten off this play. Yes, Jason Witten get creamed on the end, but that's what Luke Kuechly does. Now, in order to beat Luke Kuechly, you have to study yourself. You have to understand where he's at on the field. Don't try to attempt him at early coming into the game. Maybe you can try to run at him. He's not that great of getting off his block guy. But, it is what it is at this point. You have to play creative football and understand where number 59 is located at on the football field, meaning that you might want to run directly at him. There's his weakness. He can't disengage every block that comes his way, but he will. He put his nose down into the trash, get the tackle. That's just what it is when you're talking about a world beater of a linebacker. Only comparable I can say that, we have a guy that wears number 50, remind us similar of Luke Kuechly play. But Luke and Sean Lee are just remarkable at that spot. The ability to change the game and to orchestrate everybody in the right position. And that's what he does, point out things that he sees out there on tape and exploit it and take advantages of those situations. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions of Luke, as well as this game coming around the corner. If you can defeat Luke, Luke is everything. He's the heartbeat of this defense. You can defeat Luke, you have a great chance of winning this game. That's been my time. I really thank you for yours. And remember, you listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.
Impressive.